This year, I think I'm more there for people. I try to help everybody on the team to be the best versions of themselves. And if I see someone having a bad day, I just remind them like what good came out of that day and just how great they are.
I think that she started in that leading by example role. You know, she was always early to weights. She always pushed herself 110%. Being a great teammate, I think, is super important to her. I think once she realized how powerful that is, just the type of gravitas that she has, I think she was able to start to own it and vocally lead.
It started off as being just a fun program for, something to just have her go out and do and get some exercise.
I actually would go to gymnastics when my sister would go to physical therapy for her hip.
It's called leg calf perthes. The bone in your hip, I guess the blood flow gets cut off and the bone dies and doesn't grow.
After the procedure, she was in 2 casts that her legs were like in a straddle position with a bar in the middle. So while she would be doing that, my mom would just take me there just to keep me busy, keep me moving, because I was really crazy as a kid.
I guess I felt guilty because she was always dragged around to all her sister's appointments, and so I made a point to get her involved in some kind of activity to wear her out, mainly.
She would still, try to play with me or like chase me around, like even after her injury. So I'm sure that I was like a distraction for her during her injury, which is like ironic because then during my injuries that she was like a really big help and like a distraction for me.
Come on, Teter, you got this. Come on. Let's go, Teter.
I went for my last pass and I felt a pop in my knee, and instantly I'm like, that was my ACL. Like I knew I tore my ACL.
She went through maybe 2 weeks of being down and depressed about it, and just thought that her chances of going on and doing gymnastics in college was not going to happen.
I went into a really dark period of my life where I was very upset because when you're a gymnast, that's like your whole life. That's almost your identity. And after I tore that, I couldn't do gymnastics for about 9 months.
Felt like 5 years for me, and every day I didn't know what kind of mood Megan was going to be in.
I had been really upset for those like 2 weeks straight, and I just kept telling my mom, like, I just want to quit. I just want to give up. I just want to quit.
I looked at her and I just said, then quit, Megan. Just quit. It's okay. You can.
And that's when it hit me. I'm like, no, I can't. I'm not going to quit. No one's going to tell me to quit. Like, I'm going to keep going. It just felt right. Like, it felt like I wasn't done yet, just ending my career with an injury. Finally, after 9 months, the doctor had cleared me to start doing gymnastics-related activity. And this time was really hard because I basically had to start over. It felt like I'd never even done gymnastics before.
She had plenty of time to get back where she was and get her skills, and so it didn't rattle our commitment to wanting her on the team and wanting her to be here.
Only a small percentage of people can get back into doing their sport after that type of injury. Megan was that small percentage that was gonna go on.
Started competing bars and beam again, and that gave me a little bit of hope that, okay, I'm finally getting back to where I was. Gymnastics in college is gonna be a possibility again.
She had the personal fortitude to make it through an injury.
My family really helped me get through that, especially my mom and my sister. She's definitely one of my biggest supporters when it comes to the sport. She would remind me, you're good, you keep going with it, even when it was hard. And honestly, I just owe it to her. The main focus of when I was coming back was bars because I didn't have to use my legs. So I really worked on bars. I really tried to work on improving my form, improving my handstands, and just working every little thing that I could.
It was a really fun journey watching Teter from the start of her freshman year all the way through to the end. I think that She was already a great athlete. She was already a great teammate, but that turnaround was even bigger. It was exponential growth.
So going into like the last meets of season, I kind of knew I was in the running for regionals, but I didn't really think about it because I was just focusing on the team going.
I had no doubts that regionals was going to be in her future.
Once I found out that I made it to regionals, I was really excited. Regionals was a lot of fun. It was just a really good opportunity to go out there and represent Ball State, especially in front of other teams like Oklahoma and Mizzou, and it was just a lot of fun. I'm definitely happy that I came to Ball State. I think it was one of the best decisions I could have made for myself. One of my goals is just to be a good leader for everybody.
The nature of her being who she is, she was able to help lead the team and get everybody on board. I don't think it's going to be the exact same as it was this year. My hope is that she's able to take her gifts and teach other people. The next couple years are going to be really, really exciting for Megan Teter.
I hope that I could lead our team into like even more success that we had this year.